On one of the holiest days in the Catholic calendar, an empty St. Peter's Basilica.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Breaking with centuries of tradition, Pope Francis marked an Easter of solitude, like the millions of worshippers he acknowledged were doing the same because of the pandemic.
Pax vobis.
Typically, tens of thousands gather in for the Easter Sunday Mass. This time, it was live-streamed, the faithful watching at their leisure as the Pope spoke of the contagion of hope.
Benedicat vos omnipotent Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
The streets of Jerusalem, holy to the three major religions, were all but empty. Instead of pilgrims, cameras filled Jerusalem's Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Easter is the triumph of life. Despite the sign of death we are seeing everywhere, life will prevail.
As Mass was beamed over Facebook and YouTube, it was an unprecedented moment playing out in churches and in homes around the world.
Welcome to the kitchen of our home on Easter Day.
The Archbishop of Canterbury leading Easter Sunday service from his own kitchen.
So many people right across the country are anxious about employment, anxious about food, isolated from loved ones, and feel that the future looks dark. We are not alone.
But not everyone is allowing their celebrations to be limited by physical distancing restrictions. Bulgarian churches stayed open for Easter, though they promised to regularly disinfect. Mostly, though, the faithful have found creative ways to worship together in the age of coronavirus. In Germany, families loaded up their cars and headed to the drive-in theaters to observe Easter Mass from a distance. This churchgoer says, "For me, it is always important to go to church at Easter and experience it together, and at least part of it is possible." It wasn't just empty pews that churches around the world had in common this Easter. The message from church leaders remained consistent. They offered prayers to the sick and dead and praise to healthcare workers who are risking their lives to save others. For City News, I'm Caryn Ceolin.